1, fire.
Go by all kind of names. Yo, my nicknames got nicknames. Nitro, nice flow. The sixth man off the bench. The foot soldier in the trench. The black Santa, all that. First of all, let me tell you the name is Luke Kane. Call me Black College cause I make you feel the pain. This an underground hit for my homies to ride to. Skip to the loo when you're riding through my zoo. Bears and gorillas, even orangutans. The lions and the monkeys all speaking my slang. We all paper chasers with a different disguise on. I spy on green guys, that's why I got mine on. Jackson and Franklin, frankly I don't like what I gotta do to keep Jack from fainting. Nah, I ain't complaining, just venting a little. Turn my headphones up, son, and mic a little. I got the same attitude as Malcolm Little. X marks the spot, now bring it back to the middle of the map. Guess who's back with more beats? Say make money, money, make money, money, money. Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Fat pockets. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. You got a $5 bill, put your hands up. You got a $10 bill, put your hands up. You got a $20 bill, put your hands up. You got a $50 bill, put your hands up. Holla, holla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sign. I need that Skrilla on. Let's go. I can hear sweat trickling down your cheek. Yo, my nickname Jigsaw, cut you in half. I'm about to show the meaning of lyrical bloodbath. You should go take a bath, all dusty and dirty. When I'm 42 and rhyming, I'ma still be worthy. And I'ma be all-time top 3. The reason I can shoot, cause y'all don't matter to me. I done been there and done that. My stats is dumb fat. And for the record, I'm just stating facts, now run that. Line them up and knock them down. I run this town. It's just a matter of opinion. I come down. My mind is like the combine. I only get one time to prove that my 40-time rhymes are sublime. I inspire rappers, y'all call them a MC. The difference my end in the lowercase e. I lit your pilot, you was waiting to blow. You ain't never been on fire, I'm just letting you know. Sincerely Nitro. You do it seven ways. Monkey shots to make you levitate. Lock and load. I can hear sweat trickling down the cheek. You do it seven ways. Monkey shots to make you levitate. Lock and load. I guarantee you it'll be your very last time breathing. Double-edged sword, I'll bang your backboard. Dressed in all white, the home team, they clap for you.
Yeah. You have to say it. This music is fantastic. Hello, everyone. Hello, Andy. How are you today?
Hello. I gotta get myself one of these microphones.
You see, this yeah, it's nice. Huh?
Take that. Where we go that way.
Yeah, is it? Is it that way? Wait,
I can't reach it.
For me, it's that way. Here.
Yeah, it's backwards. Hello, Victor Sampson.
Hi,
How you
Victor.
doing?
Victor is always with us. You deserve
We got
a
some
buzz.
news, guys. We're going to talk about some news. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's, I don't know. The news is just getting. There's more and more news coming in all the time. I get updates from like Decentraland, and Decentraland. You see, and like it used to be like, what's going on Decentraland? Like two links. Now there's like about 15 every email. There's so much stuff going on. It's incredible in Decentraland, for example. But yeah, we've picked a few stories. Um, do you want to go first with the? You've got one with a video, I believe,
Uh,
Sylvie.
yes, yes, but let me just, first, I don't know, I can do two first. I got two, and then
I've got three. So I'll do one first. Now, the
okay.
ones I do first, they're not groundbreaking, but they are very reassuring. I like to pick stuff that shows that we're on the right tracks and that very powerful people in this space agree. So I picked this story because of who this guy is and what he's saying. Now, if you don't know who Tim Sweeney is, and I'm not pretending I did until I read the article, but Tim Sweeney is the guy who is in charge of Epic Games. He's in charge of Epic Games, and they created Fortnite. And more to the point, they've also created something even bigger, which is what's called the Unreal Engine, which is the engine that the game is built on, and they're making that available to people, very creative people to use that engine for whatever they want to create games, to create metaverse projects. So he's a very, very important player. Epic Games, I did a bit of research into that. Fortnite alone has 250,000 monthly players worldwide. Now, that goes up and down, but that's the average amount of players who play it on a monthly basis. So, Epic Games showcased its vision for a metaverse at the State of Unreal, during which it unveiled more details about the economy around its Unreal editor for Fortnite, a new unified marketplace fab, which offers assets across several game engines, new metahumans, animation tools, and more. So that's what they were showcasing. However, it's what he said during that I'd really like to talk about, because during the presentation, Sweeney had described the company's various announcements as milestones for Epic's unified vision of the metaverse. Unified vision of the metaverse, adding that the metaverse has to be open. It can't be another walled garden. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? I mean, we've heard the
Absolutely.
same story from the guy who owns Decentraland.
Yeah.
And we also heard the same story in day one on our presentation. We've been saying this since 2021, December 2021. We've been saying this. Now, open is a natural state of things. It's only in the past 15 years that we've seen walled gardens take over the world with iOS and Facebook and other companies, he tells gamesindustry.biz. But that's not how it has to be, though. The games industry is the perfect place for an open system to be involved, because there's not one predominant company that can dictate terms. There's three pretty strong console companies, and there's about a dozen publishers who each have their own ecosystem, are pretty strong themselves. And so pretty quickly you get to the realization that each one of them will be better off connecting their services to an open system, being in an open economy, rather than just limiting themselves to their own user base. These guys, I suppose, especially in the games industry, they're going to have to reinvent the wheel, because all these games, I mean, games are $1 trillion industry. They're bigger than Hollywood movies. Um, And traditionally, the last thing those guys would want to do, you'll see an awful lot of games that are exclusive to a certain console, for example. And the last thing these guys would want to do is, have people run from one game into another. But now the metaverse is upon us, they're going to have to pretty much, and this is him admitting that the metaverse is much more attractive to you as a player if the majority of your real world friends are there. This isn't the old days where you're playing with random strangers on the internet. It's about real world experiences with real world friends, and interconnection is the way to do it. He adds that Epic is focused on working towards these open systems, with the ultimate goal being to compete to be the leading service provider in every area, and with the hope that in some of these areas we might actually be number 1 or 2 or 3. We want to compete in the same engine with Unreal Engine. We want to compete with the server hosting in the future, get all of Fortnite hosted by servers we control. But in the future, there'll be an open economy for that. We want to have the best asset marketplace to provide some really amazing first party game experiences, just like consoles have their first parties. And if we're successful, then we'll have a really interesting and diversified business in the future without getting into the woes Apple and Google and others have gotten themselves into, where they're on the wrong side of partners and regulators and under fire worldwide because of bad practices. If we build this thing in an open environment, then companies can live on their merits. We very much like that because we have a history of winning on the merits when given the chance. We're terribly frustrated at markets like iOS, where you just can't make an Epic Game Store for iOS because Apple says you can't compete with us. Oh dear, dear. When asked about the time, why the time is right, Sweeney says there's been a very clear identifiable trend towards it, regardless of various trends such as NFTs and blockchain, which Epic is not interested in. The metaverse is happening for real. So you have to separate the different things. 7 years ago, you really couldn't look at any game and say that's an early version of the metaverse. Maybe Second Life, but there were less than 1 million people worldwide engaged. Then Fortnite came out. The consoles got on board with the cross-platform play. Hanging out together with your real-world friends became a big thing. And Roblox took off. Now you have 600 million users engaging with this thing every month at least, and appears to be growing exponentially to the point of reaching several billions by the end of the decade. And so that's like a real trend that's happening that we very much care about. There we go. So yeah, just one last thing. He says, unfortunately, everybody wants to attach their baloney to it. So, we had NFT pitches, true ownership, and the metaverse. You don't need that for the metaverse. It works. Robux, V-Bucks, they're fine as it is. When asked whether any roadblock is standing in the way of Epic's vision for a metaverse, Sweeney's answer is immediate: Apple. They'll either try to crush the metaverse or extract all the profit from it, one or the other. Apple doesn't let you use a competing browser engine, so they can do the same thing with the metaverse. So can say you must use Apple's limited metaverse engine. You can't build your own. You can't use Unreal. They could just amend all the platform's rules tomorrow to kill everything everybody is doing. And that's why we need really robust antitrust laws. And that's why we're fighting this so hard. We see them as utterly dominating this business if they're allowed to use their market power and hardware to do so. So we're fighting it. The other challenges, I think, can all be overcome. So there you go. That's his take on the whole thing, and obviously his vision for it. And obviously he's not a big fan of Apple. And guys, we've seen this even in cryptocurrency. I mean, I'm going to have to definitely change to Android at some point. But anybody with an Apple, for example, we had problems. For example, if you had MetaMask or Trust Wallet, periodically across the last 2 years, you couldn't even use the web browsers that those guys had, the wallet browsers and MetaMask on an Apple. But they've obviously negotiated something different for those. But you can't use anything but Safari on Apple iOS, which is the problems that he's having with a global phenomenon, which is Fortnite. They're standing in the way of progress. So, yeah, I think Apple are going to have to buck up their ideas because, as I keep saying on these calls, when we first started accessing the internet on a phone, it didn't look like this. It had the word BlackBerry at the top of it.
Yeah.
Where are they? So maybe Apple need to wise up because they could end up being another BlackBerry if they're not careful. Nobody's too big to go fall by the wayside. Nobody. Sega were at the top of the games tree. Sega and Nintendo had it all to themselves. Nobody heard of a PlayStation. All of a sudden, PlayStation waltzed in and just blew that thing away. And Sega with it. Sega just died. So nobody's too big. So maybe Apple just need to wise up.
Yep. Definitely. Definitely.
Okay, Sylvie, what have you
Okay,
got?
so let's hope that's gonna work, okay? Because my computer is playing again. I was already 3 times out.
Well, fingers crossed.
All right. So, guys, it's gonna be. I'm gonna try to do it very fast.
Everybody, put your
Finger
hands
crossed.
on the screen. Everybody, put your hands on the screen. Get the energy going. Yeah, look, it's working.
It's working. All right. Okay. So this article is in Forbes and is by somebody called Denis Sinelnikov. Okay, and it's talking about the metaverse and what brands should know moving forward in the metaverse, of course. So we have seen several developments as more companies look to enter this digital realm. Importantly, customers are becoming more familiar with the term of the metaverse. So, how are people opinions of the metaverse shaping up? And what do brands need to know as they begin their journey? Author Neil Stephenson first coined the term in his 1992 science fiction novel Snow Crash. The reality today isn't far from Stevenson's vision, largely thanks to online games like Roblox, Fortnite, and Minecraft. However, online gaming is only the tip of the iceberg for what the metaverse can do. While the growing popularity of gaming helps companies develop the technology needed for a full metaverse, companies investing in the technology wanted to be more than just about leisure. Those companies wanted to be a second life. So, what do customers think about the metaverse so far? While understanding and adoption of the metaverse are still small, it is growing. A majority of the 1,000 plus US responders have positive outlook about the metaverse. So 34% said that the metaverse is the future of technology. 30% feel brands should open virtual stores. 28% believe the metaverse is an extension of reality. Importantly, those who opt into the metaverse continue to use it. 54% of users engaging in the metaverse for gaming, and 46% for meeting with friends. For half of the metaverse users, the connection is about authenticity. They feel more themselves when they are in this virtual space. What should brands know about the metaverse? So, few key points will help any brand prepare itself for the metaverse. The metaverse is not just one thing. So while Facebook changed the name to Meta, that we all know that they wanted to the metaverse be all about them. No, the metaverse, like the rest of the internet, is made up of multiple platforms. The metaverse still poses a lot of questions about digital privacy, digital ownership, and intellectual rights, and regulation around digital commerce and advertising. While virtual reality and augmented reality programs have several years of stress testing in gaming, their utility to e commerce is largely untested, with most e commerce in the metaverse limited to either games or cryptocurrency and NFTs. So the technology is new, but the metaverse isn't. Brands you may not have realized are metaverse platforms include Niantic, which is Pokemon Go, Roblox, and Microsoft. We are already there, just not with all technologies and platforms we hope to utilize. So the key takeaways based on the HubSpot report is are make data security a priority. So while the overall opinion of the metaverse hasn't been negatively affected by whatever is happening with cryptocurrency at the moment, uh, yeah, so it was sorry, it was not affected by whatever is happening with the cryptocurrency at the moment. So another point is get to know your target demographic. So the metaverse is young, and so are its primary adopters. However, remember that much of Gen Z are adults or approaching adulthood right now, and millennials are established heads of household now. This is not something for kids. Metaverse users are sophisticated and diverse. Get to know the platforms. Even when we reach a universal agreement on technology and regulation, metaverse will remain fascinating
I think Sylvia's dropped out. Yeah, guys, I think Sylvia's dropped. Sylvia's just having internet problems tonight. Um, but what we'll do, I'll just do my next bit. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, so just got a little article here, which I saw. I thought it was quite interesting. It's quite short. You'll be pleased to hear. The article, as you can see, is called "Is the Metaverse Inching Closer to Reality?" And it's quite a positive one. It cuts through the hype and all the negativity that hype brought with it, because the hype that Meta brought with it created unrealistic expectations, and everybody obviously thought this was going to happen like in the next couple of weeks, which really wasn't ever going to happen. So metaverse is inching closer to reality than we could ever think, and is expected to grow more in future. Consider a world in which you can hold a meeting and in space and return home in time for dinner. This may sound like a pipe dream, but in the metaverse, you can end up meeting somebody on another continent. By 2026, 25% of people, that's enormous. 25% of people are expected to spend at least 1 hour per day in the metaverse. That's in 3 years, folks. That's heading towards mass adoption already. This is predicting. Whether for work, shopping, education, or entertainment, it is poised to elevate our online experiences. Metaverse inching closer to reality than we ever think. Skeptical? It's reasonable to question technologies that promise so much when so many have failed to deliver. Since Facebook went meta, The metaverse has received a flood of media attention, which can sometimes be detrimental. That's just what I said there a minute ago. However, with elaborate virtual worlds, long established in video gaming and used by millions of people every day, the metaverse has already proven to be successful in many ways. The metaverse is essentially the evolution of the internet to a 3D immersive platform. That's exactly what it is. It is exactly what it is. The metaverse, like the internet, will be universally accessible. In other words, VR headsets, na 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 na. And its potential applications will go far beyond entertainment thanks to advancements in virtual and augmented reality platforms, gaming, machine learning, blockchain related technologies, 3D content, digital currency, sensors, and of course, AR, VR enabled headsets. They will come down in price. I think they'll come down in price too, where they are accessible to the majority of people. But there's another reason the metaverse is getting more attention than ever before. The pandemic reshaped the working world, and while hybrid work has been successful, it is far from complete. Beyond the convenience factor, employees should consider the metaverse's ability to deliver more authentic, cohesive, and interactive employee experiences. A new era of collaboration. The workplace is one of the most immediate opportunities for the metaverse. These will be realized in industrial and office based use cases where collaboration, creativity, and productivity can be significantly improved. Collaboration suffers as a result of distance. Many of us are only accustomed to 2D environment of a video call in which some people prefer to remain off camera and social cues can be limited by technical issues. A conversation with a colleague over Teams or Slack may occur as soon as the call ends, but remote working has effectively eliminated the water cooler chat. In other words, people having a break downtime and having a chat. This should not be underestimated as there's still real value in informal opportunities to chat with colleagues or networks outside of the call agenda. The metaverse can help with this in many ways. People can gather in a shared space that can be both informal and formal by replicating an office environment. Employees can use their digital avatar to immerse themselves in a new virtual environment with colleagues, whether to relax in a break room or to present at meetings. It's all inclusive as well. In many ways, the metaverse has the potential to provide a more human experience. Consider the onboarding process. In the hybrid working era, new employees must wade through uninteresting documents and only meet with managers or specific team members to discuss day-to-day activity and expectations. Wouldn't it be far more personal to allow people to interact with the company in a 3D hall or gallery? Wouldn't the following training be more interesting and effective if it was truly hands-on? If a candidate could even try it for the job before, what if a candidate could even try it for the job before committing? Pretty cool. Securing a virtual world. While we could spend days discussing the potential benefits, we cannot overlook security. Cybercrime is becoming more prevalent in the real world with a 50% increase in overall attacks per week on corporate networks. The metaverse is another avenue for cyber criminals to explore, and as more of our working lives take place in virtual worlds, serious challenges must be considered. That's, of course, exactly accurate as well. So, I think we've got Sylvia back just in time. Hello.
I am back. I am back. Well, basically, I'm not gonna go back to this article. The article was just finishing, so I almost done it all. What was talking about this article was that, guys, try the metaverse platforms right now. Don't wait for the all big unity of the metaverse, because now is the time that you need to start going there and get your customers and get your business in the metaverse and be ready for the masses to come. What you need is to take a first step and start.
Yeah,
so I posted this link to this article, to the Forbes article in their comments. And Andy, I have the other article what is about Nvidia, and I think it's quite interesting. I posted the link in our private chat just in case if my computer would switch off again. Okay, So you can continue. There is a video. This video is 1 hour and 17 minutes, but we're not gonna play that, okay? But the first like 7-8 minutes is actually showing like very very interesting informations about what NVIDIA is doing and about AI. And the AI is something that well, we all are fascinated at this moment, right? Because we are using the chat GPT. And so this article we can find in Design News, okay, and is written by Spencer Chin. And this article is actually from today, okay? So NVIDIA all in on AI and the metaverse. I don't know, guys, if you remember when I was doing my metaverse masterclass, I was telling you about investing in the metaverse and about the different levels where we can invest. So basically, the metaverse is also the companies that are building the tools. They providing the tools for the metaverse, and NVIDIA is actually one of them. So the annual GTC event, computing giant unveils slew of hardware and software advances aimed at the developers of AI and metaverse-based systems. NVIDIA has a long history in developing chips for gaming applications. Okay, but on this GTC uh, event, the NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang made several hardware and software announcements related to NVIDIA's effort to speed high-speed computing and development of AI and metaverse applications. So the keynotes, presentations, and gallery of some of them of many advances can be seen in this video. This video is on YouTube, guys. It's over a one hour, but let's just play the first, I think the most important, the first 7-8 minutes. And this is the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang. Okay, let's see.
For nearly 4 decades, Moore's Law has been the governing dynamics of the computer industry, which in turn has impacted every industry. The exponential performance increase at constant cost and power has slowed. Yet, computing advance has gone to light speed. The warp drive engine is accelerated computing, and the energy source is AI. The arrival of accelerated computing and AI is timely, as industries tackle powerful dynamics, sustainability, generative AI, and digitalization. Without Moore's Law, as computing surges, data center power is skyrocketing, and companies struggle to achieve net zero. The impressive capabilities of generative AI created a sense of urgency for companies to reimagine their products and business models. Industrial companies are racing to digitalize and reinvent into software-driven tech companies, to be the disruptor and not the disrupted. Today, we will discuss how accelerated computing and AI are powerful tools for tackling these challenges and engaging the enormous opportunities ahead. We will share new advances in NVIDIA's full stack, data center scale, accelerated computing platform. We will reveal new chips, systems, acceleration libraries, cloud and AI services, and partnerships that open new markets. Welcome to GTC. GTC is our conference for developers. The global NVIDIA ecosystem spans 4 million developers, 40,000 companies, and 14,000 startups. Thank you to our diamond sponsors for supporting us and making GTC 2023 a huge success. We're so excited to welcome more than 250,000 of you to our conference. GTC has grown incredibly. Only 4 years ago, our in-person GTC conference had 8,000 attendees. At GTC 2023, we'll learn from leaders like Demis Hassabis of DeepMind, Valerie Taylor of Argonne Labs, Scott Belsky of Adobe, Paul Debevic of Netflix, Thomas Schultes of ETH Zurich, and a special fireside chat I'm having with Ilya Sutskever, co-founder of OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT. We have 650 amazing talks from the brightest minds in academia and the world's largest industries. There are more than 70 talks on generative AI alone. Other great talks like pre-trained multitask models for robotics, sessions on synthetic data generation, an important method for advancing AI, including one using Isaac Sim to generate physically based LiDAR point clouds. A bunch of talks on digital twins, from using AI to populate virtual factories of the future to restoring lost Roman mosaics of the past. Cool talks on computational instruments, including a giant optical telescope and a photon counting CT. Material science for carbon capture and solar cells, to climate science, including our work on Earth 2. Important works by NVIDIA Research on trustworthy AI and AV safety. From computational lithography for microchips to make the smallest machines, to AI at the Large Hadron Collider to explain the universe. The world's most important companies are here, from auto and transportation, healthcare, manufacturing, financial services, retail, apparel, media and entertainment, telco, and of course, the world's leading AI companies. The purpose of GTC is to inspire the world on the art of the possible of accelerated computing and to celebrate the achievements of the scientists and researchers that use it.
I am a translator, transforming text into creative discovery. Movement into animation, and direction into action. I am a healer, exploring the building blocks that make us unique. Modeling new threats before they happen. And searching for the cures to keep them at bay. I am a visionary, generating new medical miracles. And giving us a new perspective on our sun to keep us safe here on Earth. I am a navigator, discovering a unique moment in a sea of content.
We're announcing the next generation.
And the perfect setting for any story. I am a creator, building 3D experiences from snapshots and adding new levels of reality to our virtual selves. I am a helper, bringing brainstorms to life. Sharing the wisdom of a million programmers. And turning ideas into virtual worlds.
Build Northern Forest.
I even helped write the script. Breathe life into the words and compose the melody. brought to life by NVIDIA, deep learning, and brilliant minds everywhere.
Okay, so
Wow.
what do you think about that, Andy?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It's amazing, right? Like all of those things that AI can do. Jesus, it's incredible. It's
That
incredible.
video is fantastic. That promo, that is incredible.
It
Jeez.
is. It's like
It's,
wow.
yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
couldn't stop listening to whatever they was saying, showing, and I amazing
that
thing.
work
I'm
is
gonna
more.
post this article. I'm gonna post it in our comments, guys. This video is 1 hour and 17 minutes, so there is more of amazing things showing that. And if you have time, check it out, say it, and see where we're
That's
going.
incredible. Yeah, I mean, it said in, utilizing, you know, the talents of like a million programmers or whatever.
Yeah,
It's looking at human DNA and finding cures for diseases. So it's obviously every item that ever placed on the web, medical about medicine, about everything. It's just drawing from all of that, and
yeah,
it there's no reason why it can't find something that's been missed. So just maybe
exactly.
some one tiny little thing that could be revolutionary that everybody's trying to find out to maybe cure cancer or something like that. It's just incredible.
It is, right? And did you see, like they write that this is actually possible right now with Chat GPT. You draw something on the paper, you put it on the Chat GPT, like you send the picture to Chat GPT, but it's the new one, the 4, and it actually gonna create a model like 3D, or that was showing 5D model of the drawing on the paper.
Whoa, that could be very interesting. I mean, it's gonna make just really silly things. Not silly things, but if somebody's not can create, people could be creating crazy. Think of, like, for example, like my dad does. He's a painter. He does paintings
Mhm.
like this one behind me.
Yeah,
It always looks crooked. It's just because the camera's. But yeah, you can literally put that in and create like a 3D model, and then mint it as an NFT. So for an artist who has no knowledge of maybe creating an NFT, this could really help and get their art into the out there, for amateur artists and things like that. That's incredible.
definitely. There's
Mind
plenty of
blowing.
opportunities.
I can't follow that. Let me just. I've got one more little thing, which is it's just more. It is a news program, so let's just. I'll have your NVIDIA article open, guys. Just don't forget we've got some events, so it wouldn't be news without telling you about events. This one's in 4 days, 5 hours, 14 minutes, and 16, 15, 14 seconds. Decentraland Metaverse Fashion Week. Guys, I'm not being funny. I don't care if you're interested in fashion or not. This is going to blow your mind. This is going to show you the big picture that's out there just by showing up and having a look around here. This is huge. Absolutely huge. Now you'll have no problem about getting to find this one. I said sometimes Decentraland can be difficult. All you need to do is just literally jump into Decentraland, the default where you enter, and it'll be the biggest event on there, and you just be like, there's a big billboard, with all the big events. This will be the big one, or simply Google Metaverse Fashion Week Decentraland, and that will bring you a link to it. It starts on, well, as I say, 4 days. So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, Monday it's kicking off. So, and it's Fashion Week. So it runs for, well, it says Fashion Week, runs from the 28th. Sorry, 28th. When is the 20th? Tomorrow's 24th. So it's Tuesday to Thursday. Tuesday to Thursday. So it's going to be massive. And as I say, if you want to see the big picture in the metaverse, this is where like every leading fashion design house is going to be there. Just another indicator of how big Web3 is. We obviously had an event at South by Southwest 2022, and this is an article, it's in Cointelegraph, saying, in spite of the bear market and declining interest in NFTs, Web3 brands were discussing their Web3 strategies at South by Southwest 2023. Just, I'm not going to go through it. I was going to do that, but I think we don't want to take up too much of your time. But it's just to show that, South by Southwest is a general sort of media, movie, entertainment event. But Web3 is starting to get its own, find its space in South by Southwest. It's becoming a regular contributions, or the regular contributions coming from Web3, the Metaverse, etc. The other event we have, which is the same day, is Ad World. You may recall myself and Miguel and Sylvie did this last year, and that unfortunately is also running on Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, I was looking at the lineup. There are tracks you can go to. There's 6 different tracks depending on what you're into. You can see their email, SMS, optimization, media buying, ad creatives, and the one at the content marketing, and the future of advertising. So that is, you've got Metaverse and Web 3.0 there. So this is, I can see this evolving. It was a very small part of it last year, and I can just see that Web3 and the Metaverse is going to become bigger and bigger. Ultimately, I reckon they'll have their own, it's at the future of advertising. Well, as Web 3.0 and the Metaverse becomes the present, it'll end up just being one section purely about the Metaverse and Web 3.0, and a lot of the content will evolve accordingly. And obviously AI is already creeping in there as well. As you can see, AI copy and creatives under content marketing. I mean, for content marketing, AI is the biggest revolution they've ever had. So it's going to be very interesting to see what people are saying. Now, Miguel got us tickets last year because if you subscribed again, if you got tickets again, you got them at a reduced rate. So we booked a year in advance. So we'll be showing you some of the more interesting bits and pieces from that on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll be showing you guys what's going on. So like we did last year. Okay, so that's pretty much all the news. That's all the events. There's a heck of a lot going on next week. So please stay tuned, and we're going to have a lot of, well, if you needed it, it's just underlining exactly what we're always saying. We are in the right place at the right time, guys. As I always say, congratulations. I think we have lost Sylvie, unless she's being very, very still at the minute. No, Sylvie's not playing a statue game. I think Sylvie has unfortunately dropped out again. Guys, I'm not going to take any more of your time. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's call. Please see us on the next call, which is Saturday. That is our training call. That is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Metaverse training and giveaways. We will see you then. Have a wonderful remainder of your Thursday. Take care, guys. And please, definitely look at the articles today. Please follow up on them and have a look at what's going on out there. you're just going to get more and more excited. And again, pat yourself on the back. You've made a good decision. Take care. See you soon. Bye now.